What a finish! What a man!
The drum roll finishes, and the target is
Names it. And it comes on finals night, and it's a knockout
Brilliant! Dirty Harrison! Van Velzen!
Looking at treble 20, finding treble 20. Oh, Richie Burnett.
And now it's Duff,
Game
man.
shot on
Whoa.
the third leg. Game shot on the third
Good
leg.
stuff. So
Graham Usher.
another ton plus.
Game shot.
Well, it's
and
going
match, Robert
for a
Thornton.
whitewash. And Duff, out of nowhere, has a match dart,
Game
which
shot
is dispatched. Spelman. Richie knows what's coming.
shot and a
Spelman
match. Alex
dispatches Richie Burnett. He's seething.
Game
Looking
on.
to stretch it out. He's livid.
Hit that 25 and goes single back to ball.
Steady, Robert, against the group leader.
Go to and fro, but best of 5. Usually once you break somebody's
15,
heart,
last start doesn't count.
One player will book their spot into finals night at the end of today. Things are set nicely for day 3 of Group A here at Double Trouble. Very good morning. Things are delicately poised as moving day lived up to expectation. There was plenty of movement either way of the table. And Scott Mitchell has been casting his eye on the opposition as he starts his Group C campaign tomorrow. But who's he going to face? Scott, moving day lived up to the hype.
Yeah, it really did. Richie Burnett started at the top of the group on the start of the day and then never kind of won a game to the end, so he dropped off the top. Graham Usher then won a game. He put himself the top. Then had a spell of not winning games, so he then dropped off. And Neil Duff found his way to the top and managed to stay there.
Yeah, Neil Duff tops the table then after running through the card yesterday. He's on 14 points. Graham Usher was top, like Scott said there. He's there on 12, just in behind alongside Robert Thornton, who also had a cracking day at the office yesterday. The same, unfortunately, can't be said for Richie Burnett. Just the one win, and that came in the final match of yesterday's session. He's on 10 points. Alex Spelman on 8. And Kevin Painter has played well and a bit better than maybe his 4 points suggest, but no doubt about it, Neil Duff stole the show yesterday, Scott.
Yeah, he did. Went through the card yesterday, sort of targeted who he needed to beat early doors, got himself to the top, and then sort of kind of spurned himself on from being top of the group. Today, obviously, that puts a target on your back for the others to chase.
The signs were there for him as well on Monday, just those little moments here and there really went for him yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he was a little unlucky on Monday, but yesterday, everything, all the stars lined up with the moon, and yeah, everything went right for him yesterday.
Let's see how the bookmakers have reacted then. Going into the final day's play of Group A, Neil Duff now the even money favourite. Graham Usher was odds on this time yesterday. He could be the value potentially at 15-8, as could Robert Thornton at 4-1. He was 28-1 this time yesterday, Scott. Could he be the pick at 4s?
I think he probably is today, but you know, he's going to have to do a 5 out of 5, you feel, and need a favour from somebody to turn Duff over because he looked good yesterday.
Please do gamble responsibly. Neil Duff faces Robert Thornton in our opening match of the day. And earlier on this morning, I caught up with the Duff man. Neil Duff, day 3 of Group A in Double Trouble. You must be mightily pleased with how day 2 went.
Yeah, happy enough the way I played. Yeah, played solid. And nice and early, finishing well. Yeah, I think Monday could have went the same way with a little bit of luck, but let a couple of games slide. But prolifically, I'm known for not being great on a Monday and then just kind of building into the week. So yeah, everyone's on schedule.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about Monday because the signs were definitely there, as you say, but there was just the odd moment here or there that wasn't going your way on Monday, but they really did yesterday.
Yeah, Monday, I mean, the way I kicked off with Robert, go 2 legs up and absolutely just cruising, enjoying it, and then I don't know what happened, but then I started snatching and wasn't holding the dart right, and sometimes your first match can set the tone for the day, and I kind of did through the second match with Richie. Graham he deserved the win against me, but I really feel as if I was disappointed walking in on Monday because I feel as if I should have had 4 out of 5, but. It's not what you do on Monday. It's how you build on that there during the week, and everything's going well, yeah.
How do you approach a week like this? Because obviously it's not a regulation week. It's a bit of fun before Christmas, but you've got such a tremendous record on that stage. I'm guessing that fire burns that you still really want to win this week.
Yeah, well, no matter what it is I'm playing down here, I still have that burning desire just to leave that legacy down here. There is that little bit of camaraderie with myself and Andres and Steve West, and that's it is fun, but it does drive me a little bit too, you know. And if whenever my time is finished down here, that people can look back and say, oh, he did everything he had to do up there. So just need a Champions Week.
Well, we wish you all the best. Go well.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Here we go then. Could it be Neil Duff that books his spot into Saturday night finals night? There's arguably no one better to do so on that stage. What a record Neil Duff has here at the Modus Super Series. Robert Thornton could really put himself in contention with a win here. He could join Duff at the top of the table with a victory, but Neil Duff with an early opportunity to get a bit of breathing space, even more breathing space at the top of the table. These two have pedigree in double trouble. Duff, the winner of the inaugural double trouble event. Robert Thornton won the second. Here we are in double trouble 4, where tomorrow, Scott Mitchell, you'll be swapping the microphone for your tungsten, as we see Andrew Culling there. Our referee once again today doing a cracking job as always. But Scott, your final day in the comms box this week.
To throw first. Game on.
You could well be playing both of these maybe come Saturday night.
Yeah, that would be the dream. There's no two ways about that.
100.
But yeah, there's another few in my group feeling exactly the same. So
80.
yeah, looking forward to being back up there on the stage. I think September 24 was the last time I was. August or September 24. Last time I was up there.
60.
Throwing. So yeah, looking forward to it because it's my favourite throw in the world anyway. So yeah, no matter what happens, it's still my favourite throw. Sometimes I play well on it, sometimes I don't. But it's here at the Live Lounge. This throw and this setup is set up for dart players to be able to play the best
60.
darts. And if you don't get your best darts out here, then there's kind of something wrong because it's all geared for you.
No one knows that better than Neil Duff.
83.
Again, starting well, but so is Thornton. This is a real big match to start off day 3.
180.
Finds a maximum.
$36. Neil, you require 101.
That's not ideal timing for the Thorn, and all of a sudden Duff has time to play with.
81.
He will need that time. As the shot at tops went slightly low, but
60. Neil, you require 20.
not much pressure coming the way from the Thorn. Duff doesn't want to get embroiled in chasing doubles, and he finds the double 5 to go 1-0 up. That was ultimately pretty polished from the Duff man.
First. Game on.
Yeah, Thornton knows if he wants to set an assault on
105.
making a move to the top today, it has to start here by turning Duff over. So I think that's why you'll see he's a little bit more animated than he usually would. But we saw Duff yesterday umpteen times go in with 100 plus.
going in first start on tops.
180.
But Thornton has done the same this time round. He's got in 105, 180. Duff's coming back at him. This is a good opening game
140.
here to double trouble 4 on day 3.
41.
Sure, Graham Usher will be watching on keenly as well. He faces Kevin Painter in the next match. Usher, of course, level on points with Thornton.
140.
Just 2 behind Neil Duff. Or will it be 4 by the end of this match?
47.
And again,
Neil, you require
some of those set-up
121.
shots. Thornton is found wanting a little bit.
$24.
There's a bit of
Robert,
hope
you
now
require
for Thornton.
128.
Another.
88.
Yeah, 128's one of those
Neil,
awkward
you require
numbers where you've got to hit a
97.
couple of trebles to get yourself a go at the double. Duff now composes himself, tops for 2-0.
Game
Tops
shot
he
on the
takes.
second leg. Neil Duff.
Yeah, really making an assault on this now.
Third leg, Neil to
He
Faro
knows
first.
a couple of wins
Game on.
here today will put him in good stead, and if he can get those early doors, he knows the rest are chasing and keeps them under pressure. Needs to get in here
40.
and does so with that last dart.
This is becoming a matter of urgency for
160.
Thornton, and that is the perfect start. Double trouble, shortened format. Just a race to
60.
3. This has been a dream start
55.
for Neil Duff.
100.
Duff just pushing his average into the 90s now.
100. $100.
This is where Thornton has been found wanting a little bit. When he's between sort of
28.
180 and 200, and again there, he's done the same. He's not been able to leave himself a nice finish, and Duff smells blood.
139. Robbie, you require 158.
So you feel this has to go. It's not going to. Duff has been absolutely on point with his finishing
60.
so far in this match.
Neil, you require 62.
And you feel that 62. Oh, he's missed a big number. He's missed a big number, so he did.
22.
Well,
Robbie,
that
you
is a
require
rare
98.
error from Neil Duff, and Thornton steps across, opens up that double 19
60.
bed, but cannot find the target, and Duff is
Neil, you
back for
require
tops.
40.
Yeah, hit the wrong side of his own dart there. Then he needed to use the other
Game
side,
shot
but
and a
Duff
match. Neil
on
Duff.
tops makes no mistake. He opens his account here on day 3 with a 3-0 win against one of his closest rivals. He'll be pleased with that. 90 average to the boot, 3 from 5 on the doubling stats. Good stuff from Duff. When we return, we have Kevin Painter against Graham Usher.
He will be disappointed with that. He wanted to have
Graham
one dart.
requires 20.
Graham Usher wins the first game of Champions Night, and it was an absolute ripper. He hit one of them on tops. He missed one on double 12. Which one is it? It's the hit.
outside opportunity for Andy Hamilton. Van der Velde should be getting a match start again here. He's already had one. Mr. Dart at tops for the match to win 4-1. And the Dart at double 16 gets the job done there for Jurgen van der Velde. He gets over the line with a 4-2-6.
Did he go for tops or did he just overshoot the single? Jimmy doesn't care. Jimmy just looks to eat this up to make the semi-finals for the second time. Adam Kaplas has been eliminated. Keep us guessing. This time he's trying to leave double 18. He knows best, and he takes the lead. He is 2 darts away from a Super Series final. He's 1 dart away. He doesn't need any more darts. Jeff Smith makes the Series 11 final. Is Usher losing his cool a little bit here?
Oh, absolutely. Right now, I'd say the head's gone. And you don't have long to recover. It is very, very short format darts. Vansky's halfway to victory.
He only needs 1 more. Jimmy Vansky is yet again into a Modus Super Series final.
Flashback vibes. Can Jimmy Vansky do the same? Just needs the 1 treble here on the 19s. Finds it. For the ball.
101.
Oh, unlucky. A lot of pressure on it. He's going to split it. 2 darts for double 4 for the match.
Game. Shot. And the Modus Super Series 11 champion. Jeff Smith.
Welcome back. Before the break, Neil Duff laid down an early marker, asserting his dominance at the top of the Group A table. Graham Usher needs a win here just to keep up with the Duff man. He faces Kevin Painter, who sits bottom of the group and does look set for Group C. However, that doesn't really tell the whole story. There have been real brilliant signs of revival from the artist across the past couple of days, and in fact this match yesterday resulted in a 3-0 win for Kevin Painter, which sort of spoiled Usher's day and really disrupted the Gamblers' campaign, set him on a rather unwanted losing streak.
First leg, Kevin to throw first.
Surrendered his place at the top of the table to Duff. Usher looking to get a bit of revenge here against Painter, and will know full well
no score
that wins now are a necessity. No more slip-ups can be afforded if he's going to win Group A.
79.
Yeah, totally agree. Usher's got to move now, hasn't he? Before Duff gets too far away. Again, he was like Thornton. I kind of explained it at the start of the last game. If Robert Thornton had any inhibitions of being at, or any aspirations, sorry, of being at the top of the table, he had to beat Duff in that first game. And the pressure seemed to be a little bit too much. Duff had the darts on a couple of those legs as well, so he did have the advantage. But yeah, Usher is now in the same boat here with
no score
with Kevin Painter. Kev had a great game against him yesterday.
100.
Winning it 3-0, and yeah, that was right as Graham just started. He just topped the table.
14.
Got had. Sarcastic raise of the arms from Kev there to say that he's in.
134.
Knowing that he was out of the leg but he didn't get washed, so didn't get whitewashed. Now here we go, hits a 180. We'll see a kind of sarcastic smile
Graham required
from
88.
Kevin Painter there. I think he's lightening up as he's getting older. Big
48.
Kev.
Well, you'll be finding out over the next 2 days. Here's all but
100.
certain
Graham, you require
Kevin
40.
Painter will be playing his trade in Group C alongside Scott Mitchell.
James Shaw on the first leg. Graham
Usher
Usher.
moves 1-0 up. Again, Usher always
Second
plays
leg,
with a
Graham
real
2 for
nice
first.
pace
Game on.
about him. Sorry, Graham, you can't have that one. But you
2.
can have that one. Any double will do.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to have to start wearing goggles. You couldn't see that one was in, Graham.
60.
As I'll ask you tomorrow and do exactly the same. That's what'll happen.
100.
Yeah. Been watching for 3 days now. You watch, I'll still be the first one to go straight in for a treble 20.
45.
First leg tomorrow.
Usher
180.
filling it up. And where Thornton failed, Usher now looking to capitalise to be
66.
the challenger to Neil Duff. Usher faces Duff, so just past the halfway stage of the session today.
99.
And the signs are that those two could well be on a collision course.
41. Graham, you require 120. $60.
Usher with acres of time. With Kev being back on
45.
289.
Graham, you require 60.
And the blink of an eye.
Game shot a second leg. Graham Usher.
Just 2-0 down. And you have to say Graham Usher.
Third leg, Kevin 2 for first.
Has come
Game
out
on.
of the traps this morning. He really has.
40.
That third one had to go, didn't it? Well, sure, it was a bit of a peculiar session for him yesterday where it didn't appear that he was doing a lot
80.
wrong, but it was just the sort of odd moment here and there, which seemed pretty nondescript at the time, but they mounted up and really cost the gambler.
100.
Well, much like Duff, Graham Usher has a fantastic record here. First time in a double trouble week, of course. He's enjoying the occasion.
97.
Well, much like we heard from Duff this morning, there's a real grit and determination and a will and a desire to win.
60.
Yeah, nobody comes here to come second, and obviously there's monetary value in what position you finish in the group. So every game is important, even if you're not playing for the top.
60.
You're still playing for monetary value in the bank account. So everybody keeps going full ball right to the end.
131.
Because every dart can matter.
100. Kevin, you require 170.
Steady ton from Usher. Painter can't reel in the biggest
60.
checkout of them all. And
Graham, you
when we
require
get to
164.
Usher will be hoping for 6 from here. And he's set it up exquisitely.
124. Kevin, you require 110.
This has got to go. Just contemplating which avenue to go down here. He's gone for the treble 18 for the double.
92.
Just shied away. And this is
Graham,
Usher's
you require
opportunity
40.
to match what Neil Duff did in the opening match today. Good guide.
Game
And
shot.
finds
and a
the
match,
target.
Graham Usher.
And it's a whitewash win to start the day for Graham Usher. 3-0 over Kevin Painter. He matches Neil Duff's opening salvo there, and he is hot on the heels of the Duff man. The stats are nigh on identical to that of Duff. After the break, we see Richie Burnett. It's bound to be eventful.
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor?
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McEwen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Luke Ledlow!
Well, welcome back to Double Trouble 4 here, Group A, Day 3, and we're already through. This is our third game, so everybody would have played one game after this one. Only 4 games left for the players. Just before the break, we saw an emphatic 3-0 win for Graham Usher over Kevin Painter, and here we have Alex Spelman taking on Richie Burnett, 58-year-old Welshman. Seems to have been around forever and a day. And there's always entertainment when he comes to the hockey. Sporting a nice new shirt there. The picture of himself on the back with his famous pose. Those of you within the darting world will know that pose.
First leg, Alex to throw first. Game on.
So it's the American Spelman to throw first. In the last 2 match, The last two matches, sorry,
40.
the offs have been extremely quick. And Spelman doesn't disappoint getting away with his third dart. Came here as a late replacement
64.
for Larry Butler, who had travel issues. Trying to get here on Sunday. Spelman was already over at the Alley Pally. And kindly
100.
accepted his booking or invite, let's say, and
100.
he hasn't failed to disappoint Spelman. It's been sort of had purple patches of really good stuff in the last 2 days, but hasn't been able to be so consistent.
96.
Had he been consistent in those purple patches? Well, we can all say that, I suppose. He'd be there awful lot closer to the top.
180.
There we go. The traditional leg kick, and in goes the 180 from Richie Burnett. As a player, you stand behind him and watch him and think, how
95.
on earth has that gone where you want it
Richie
to go?
require 157.
With the body movement, everything a coach would teach you, it would not be that way, but
44.
Burnett,
Alex, you
we
require
talk about
170.
players having dartitis. I'll go into it in the next leg. Another one of those for Spelman. Oh, bullseye.
138.
Oh, a nice miss. He laid up
Richie
there on the
require
18s.
113.
Leaves himself 32. Burnett then for 113. Anywhere but. No, that's not a treble 20, Richie. He was hoping, I think, that it was a treble one, which means that he could have still gone 60 ball. It
41.
wasn't that. So
Alex
now,
require 32.
as you can see, the reaction.
Game Sean
Spelman
first
goes
leg.
and holds
Alex
throat
Spelman.
with a double 16. That's a 16
Second leg,
dart
Richie
leg.
to throw first. Game on.
Not too shabby when you think, including getting in as well. There was a couple missed at the start, so
56.
saw Richie Burnett yesterday struggling to get in with his first dart and blocking himself. Headed off to double 13 at times. And at times was
60.
absolutely all over the show with trying to get in.
It was a tricky day for both yesterday, really. Ran into Richie
140.
after yesterday's play, and he was still in jovial spirits. Truth be told, I ran into him in a shop. He was buying toenail clippers.
60.
Yeah, but probably wasn't going to trim his toenails with him. It was probably to prune his flights or something to a shape that he wanted.
I didn't press for an answer, to be honest.
180.
Had you not had your dinner at that point, probably safest not to.
That's what I thought. Well, there's nothing wrong with Richie Burnett's scoring prowess so far today. Fully admitted he rode his luck
59.
yesterday, and it sort
Richie
of
required
balanced out
125.
yesterday. He's back today looking potentially for a spot in Group B. Maybe still has designs on winning the group, but will need to pretty much run the card if he's going to do
85.
so. Spelman starting brightly, but again, another tough day for Alex yesterday. Started on Monday sublimely well, but
60.
couldn't really
Richie
press on
required
from
40.
there and is lagging behind a little bit in the second leg here.
Game
which
Sean a second
Richie
leg.
Burnett
Richie Burnett.
finishes in 13. That was impressive.
Yeah, impressive indeed.
Third leg, Alex to throw first.
Yeah, probably the safest
Game
way.
on.
Probably not asking him about the toenail clippers and what he was going to do with them. I like your experience there. Very good. Last thing you'd have wanted before you ate your pizza was hearing about
60.
Richie trimming his toenails because they were like digger buckets. Richie in again on the double 18 as he did
41.
last time out, but he was looking for a treble 20. Which you can see the way that he reacts.
58.
Every player plays Richie Burnett and tries not to react to what he's doing. And if it was anybody else, you would say it was gamesmanship, it was antics, and as I was saying, his throw is. He's had dartitis and he's had it really badly. And I mean, you know, I know there's people that say dartitis is dartitis, but Richie had it for such a long spell and he tried to play his way through it. And this is how he's developed this kind of leg kick or the head movement. It's all to do with coming out of the other side of dartitis. And
60.
He's developed it into a way that the dart still goes where he wants it to go. It still allows him to play this amazing game. And, you know, in many interviews he's given, you know, we all
100.
know about the pot noodle story, but I remember seeing an interview once that, you know, saying that he'd earned 2 fortunes at darts, but unfortunately he'd spent 3. And he's just 96. This character that the game just needs. He's a character that the game has to have. There are not enough Richie Burnett's around at this particular moment in time.
60.
We are now creating robots
Richie
with the amount of money that's
164.
involved at the top end of the game, and we're not seeing characters that we used to see back in the 80s and 90s, that's for sure. So he is well needed within the game still.
60.
Richie Burnett.
Alex, you require 127.
More than one Richie Burnett is a terrifying thought. Spelman looking at 17s. And now the attention shifts to the bullseye.
97.
But again, sort of
Richie
lays up,
104.
never really threatened the ball. And Richie could pinch one here. Still on. But not anymore. Spelman now has a
25.
decision of his own to make. Straight at
Alex, you require
the double
30.
15. Or does he burn a dart and split?
Game shot on the
Straight
third
at
leg.
it. Straight in
Alex
it.
Spelman.
2-1 Spelman.
Fourth leg, Richie 2 for first. Game on.
More of Richie Burnett wondering how it went wrong. And more of Alex Spelman trying to ignore everything Richie Burnett is doing. I don't think you'd have ever seen, like I say, we talked we talked about him. Oh, how can you not like the fella? Dear. It's why he's so popular within the game with the fans. He's just
61.
He's just so watchable.
It's a test of composure, though, isn't it, for his opponents? And like you say, I don't think Alex Spelman would have ever run into anyone of the character of Richie Burnett before, but he's sticking to the task well here. Burnett been playing all right, scoring nicely,
43.
but just a bit like Thornton, really, with these set-up shots. That's when it's just gone slightly awry. And in
60.
such a short format, the margins for error are so slim.
$92.
He's shaking his head on approach to the hockey. Hasn't even thrown one yet.
Yeah, maybe he knows what's coming.
100.
Come on, Richie, he says to himself. Hits a treble, wanted the second one.
84.
He's not shaking his head this time. Must like what he sees.
140.
I've got to be honest, I was rather that Richie Burnett was in Group B.
I was going to ask that later on today. Would you rather he
80.
accelerates himself
Richie
into a
require
group speed bar
121.
to avoid you having to play him?
Do you know what? He's got such a great record against me. I bet he wishes he's in C with me because he can guarantee himself a couple of points. Because I can't concentrate when I'm watching him. I enjoy playing him too much, if that makes sense.
9.
You should never. You should always try to ignore.
Alex, you require 141.
Andrew Cullen's done a fantastic job of keeping it together then.
is just, it's an education to
105.
play Richard Burnett.
Richie, you require 112.
He'll probably take this out now. I think Richie was expecting to take it out as well after that set-up shot of
49.
9, and then he goes and
Alex
misses the big
required
number
36.
again, and he is furious. Meanwhile, Spelman has match darts,
Game shot. And
and the match
Alex
is
Spelman.
gone. It's gone the way of Alex Spelman, a 3-1 win for the American over Richie Burnett. A muddling week continues for the Prince of Wales, who is straight off, having his own fantastic inner monologue, I'm sure. He was 100% on the outer ring. Never mind, Richie. After the break, join us for Robert Thornton against Kevin Painter.
He will be disappointed with that. He wanted to have
Graham
one dart.
requires 20.
Graham Usher wins the first game of Champions Night, and it was an absolute ripper. He hit one of them on tops. He missed one on double 12. Which one is it? It's the hit.
Outside opportunity for Andy Hamilton. Van der Velde should be getting a match start again here. He's already had one. Mr. Darton tops for the match to win 4-1. And the Darter double 16 gets the job done there for Jurgen van der Velde. He gets over the line with a 4-2-6.
Did he go for tops, or did he just overshoot the single? Jimmy doesn't care. Jimmy just looks to eat this up to make the semi-finals for the second time. Adam Kaplas has been eliminated. Keep us guessing. This time he's trying to leave double 18. He knows best, and he takes the lead. He is 2 darts away
Jeff requires 86.
from a Super Series final. He's 1 dart away. He doesn't need any more darts. Jeff Smith makes the Series 11 final. Is Usher losing his cool a little bit here?
Oh, absolutely. Right now, I'd say the head's gone. And you don't have long to recover. It is very, very short format darts. Van Skeet's halfway to victory.
He only needs 1 more. Jimmy Van Ski is yet again into a Modus Super Series final.
Flashback vibes. Can Jimmy Van Ski do the same? Just needs the 1 treble here on the 19s. Finds it. For the ball.
101.
Oh, unlucky. A lot of pressure on it. He's going to split it. 2 darts for double 4 for the match.
Game. Shot. And the Modus Super Series 11 champion. Jeff Smith.
Welcome back to the live lounge here in Portsmouth. You have joined us live on Pluto TV in the UK and America. And if you just joined us, you missed American Alex Spelman dismantling the Welshman Richie Burnett 3-1. Even though Burnett had a couple of 180s and was
First leg, Robert
100% on his
throw
doubles.
first. Game on.
Didn't get there and wasn't given a chance. Here we have Robert Thornton taking on Kevin Painter.
60.
Thornton's already played today and he lost out in his first match. It was the first game of the day against Neil Duff, who tops the table Thornton was 2 points behind. Needed a win then out of Neil Duff game, but it didn't come. Duff continued and accelerated away. Kevin Painter, well, he went down in a game to Graham Usher, and Graham Usher is chasing Duff at the top. And Usher was absolutely brilliant.
125.
Never got a look in, losing 3-0. So both come into this game 4 on day 3.
96.
This double trouble 4 off the back of a loss. So something's got to give. Somebody's got to win this one. So somebody will be leaving the stage with a win.
55.
Painter got in nicely with a ton plus. And now has had a troublous visit and offered an opportunity for Thornton to catch up, which he duly takes.
Both of these players still searching for their first leg of the day. But given the
57.
previous form of these two over this week, both results so far have been 3-0.
50.
One apiece in the head-to-head.
Kevin, you require 144.
If that form continues, one of these two could still be searching for their first leg of the day.
96. Robbie, you
Thornton
require 170.
looking for the biggest finish, but can't be found.
96.
And rather unwanted
Kevin, you
slow
require 48.
start for Thornton today. And Painter can now take advantage. It's tops, 2 in hand.
Yeah, disappointed with that one because he went in on double top at the
shot on
start of
the
the leg,
first leg.
but he will be
Kevin
pleased
Painter.
how he recovered on double 10.
Second leg, Kevin to throw first. Game on.
Straight
65.
in on double top for the artist.
$40.
Straight in for the Thorn as well. Painter now with the bit between his teeth.
180.
Yeah, absolutely. We spoke at the top of the show that Kev maybe deserves a couple more
26.
points, a couple more wins than he has on the table. He hasn't been playing bad at all, and he'll want to leave this group
100.
with a bit of momentum. He won't want to sort of drop out the other end of the group and start again in Group C without a few wins under his
41.
belt today.
Kevin, you require 156.
That'll give him confidence going into Group C. Just the restart and starting on 0 does that again.
41.
Well, this could be damaging for Thornton.
96. Kevin, you require
Came
115.
into today the outsider in a 3-horse race, he felt, to win the group, but that early defeat to Neil Duff.
Game showing a
And
second.
this
leg.
now from Kevin Painter is putting the Thorn in a real spot of bother.
Third leg, Robert.
However, this is really
Game
good
on.
from Kevin Painter. Really good.
Yeah, running just over 90 average with a double start.
90.
Thornton kind of 25 points behind in the averages, and Kev once again straight in on double top, going in with a ton plus no matter what here.
115.
Really is turning the screw on the Thorn here.
96.
Well, another defeat for Thornton here would give hope to
100.
Richie Burnett to try and sneak into Group B, and it would give hope to you, Scott Mitchell, for Richie Burnett to sneak in Group B.
130.
Absolutely. The result of the last two meetings between these two has been a 3-0 win on day 1 to Kevin Painter, and it was a 3-0 win yesterday to Thornton.
85.
So once one of them gets in front, it would indicate that the other doesn't respond. But we're seeing a response here from Thornton.
119.
Well, the pressure is being applied.
145. Robbie requires 66.
In abundance as well. 66. To find a pathway back into this match.
Game
Tops
shot
for
on
the
the third
Thorn.
leg. Robert Thornton.
Kevin Painter. A bit of a shake
Fourth
of the
leg,
head
Kevin
there.
to Faro first. Game on.
The reason being is because they're not missing against Kev. It's simple as that. He's had 2 days of being sat on doubles, and we said that he possibly could have had a couple more
score.
points. It's only because players keep doing that to him with one dart in hand and keep taking it out. He's been having no luck whatsoever. Doesn't get away again then.
120.
And now off goes Thornton with 120, and we've got another shake of the head from Kev.
The tables have turned.
105.
Now that looks very appealing. As does that, surely.
140.
Yeah, Kev's still finding a wry smile about it all. I have to
85.
say the only mistake that he's made is not getting off with 3 darts in this leg. The rest of the match has been pretty
60.
sensational stuff from himself.
We're still averaging just shy of 91. It's the old rule of
71.
add 10 on for the format. Kevin is putting on a real display here, despite
40.
looking a bit vulnerable, but that will help the cause now of Painter. Needs a 2 treble visit, you feel. There's one of them.
125.
And there's the second.
Robert, you require 141.
Yeah, very much puts him back in contention in the leg, and give Thornton a bit food for thought, and that's exactly what's happened. Just the 10 in the board.
15.
Now just the 15 in the board, and the throw has turned
Kevin,
on
you
its
require
head.
115.
Now it's all about Painter. Where will he go here? Sometimes they go down on 19s. Nicely done. 58 left, and now it's a chance to win the match for Kevin Painter.
Game
And
shot
you have to
and
say,
a match. Kevin
he was
Painter.
well worth the win as well. A nice 3-1 win for Kevin Painter there. 92 average to boot. And you can see how happy he is about it. He just doesn't understand why it's there and then it's not. Super stuff from Kevin Painter. He takes a 3-1 win over Robert Thornton. We head into a short break, and on our return, we have Richie Burnett taking on Neil Duff.
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Lewandowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus
Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison!
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor!
Time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McEwen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Nuke, Luke Littler!
Welcome back. Before the break, Kevin Painter was successful against Robert Thornton by 3 legs to 1, averaging just shy of 93 with 2 115 checkouts. Now we see Neil Duff looking to once again get a 4-point lead at the top of the table. He runs into Richie Burnett, who didn't have things his own way against Alex Spelman. It was a 3-1 loss for Richie, despite hitting 2 180s, despite being 100% on the outer ring. But earlier this week, these fixtures have gone down to last leg deciders on both occasions.
No score.
So Neil Duff, it's always a tricky proposition in playing Richie Burnett. You feel
80.
the way this week has developed that Duff might just be a class above Burnett here.
60.
Yeah, the scoreboard table would say that, but I think there's a massive respect between the two for each
100.
other. I think they do spend a bit of time together when they are here. And they've got to know one another, and obviously Neil
123.
would have watched Richie on TV way before Neil kind of made the TV stakes, but Richie is that sort of person that he has the ultimate respect for any other opponent and dart player. And Duff pops in the first 180 of the match.
140. Neil, you require 141.
Duff putting together a really impressive
97.
opening leg, and Burnett just unable to go with the Duff man at this early stage. But we'll certainly
138.
apply an abundance of pressure on this 44. He's been lethal on tops this week, but it's got to be 10s.
Game shot on the first leg. Neil Duff.
Which will do the trick just nicely. It's an early break.
Second leg, Neil to Faro
The group leader
Game on.
is going very well.
He is indeed, and secret is he's getting in first dart every time.
65. $60.
For the likes of Graham Usher, needs
60.
Neil Duff to make a mistake as well as having to defeat Duff himself. That is going to be match number 9.
58.
Neil Duff against Graham Usher. The gambler faces Alex Spelman after this fixture. It's still
60.
all to play for as the table and the groups for the rest of the week start to take shape.
$41.
As well as Scott Mitchell tomorrow afternoon and Friday afternoon. Trina Gulliver will be in action, as will Andy Hamilton. Great to see the Hammer back at the Live Lounge. As Neil Duff finds yet another maximum. And in Group B, Steve West, another prolific player on that stage.
60.
Joined by Devon Peterson.
Neil, you require 136.
And America's Ram Guevara. It'd be brilliant to see how he fares.
96.
This is one-way traffic. And this is looking like a very quick and very
40.
painful experience for the Prince
Neil,
of
you
Wales
require
here.
40.
Neil Duff is ruthless. Once again, now looking at 10s and once
Game shot on
again
the second
finding
leg.
2
Neil
10s for 2-0.
Third leg, Richie to Faro first. Game on.
Yeah, Duff not messing around here. Racing for the line and
No
to
score.
making sure that he tops the group. And once again, he's able to ignore the Burnett.
$36.
I want to call them antics, but they're not antics. He's not doing them to upset the other player. It's just all about himself. It's not in, Richie.
No score.
Bit like when you left your teeth on the sink on the M4, on the services. Your teeth were not in either.
100.
Another one of Richie's legendary stories. Come on, boyo, we got to get in the car. We're leaving. I was cleaning my teeth in the sink at the time. I just popped them on the sink and walked out.
No score.
Realised halfway up the motorway that I'd left me teeth behind. Don't worry, I got a new set on order. They'll be here in 2 weeks, Scotty.
Oh,
Lovely
brilliant.
moments between the two. Neil offering his glasses to Richie. Richie can't believe the darts weren't in.
100.
You can sympathise for Burnett there. Those were 3 well-thrown darts. And, of course, now he gets in on double 1. He is away and racing.
63.
But it looks as though this race could already have been run and almost won by Neil Duff. This has been a thoroughly professional display. He's averaging 93.5 is Neil Duff.
41. Neil, you require 132.
He could wrap it up here.
30.
Well, it's safe to say time is on the side of the Duff man, despite a below par visit.
140.
Richie
Neil, you
is
require
scoring
102.
A-OK. What has been the epitome of double trouble.
$94.
Good last. He'll be back for double 4.
$36. Neil, you require 8.
Will it be this time then?
Game shot.
And Neil
the match,
Duff
Neil Duff
has hammered Richie Burnett 3-0. A fantastic display. The average dip below 90 just in the dying embers of that match. But Neil Duff is back clear at the top of the table. How will Graham Usher respond? He's up after the break against Spelman.
Welcome back to Double Trouble 4, live on Pluto TV, brought to you from the Live Lounge in Portsmouth on the south coast of the UK. If you just joined us before the break, Neil Duff did a 3-0 demolition job on the Welshman Richie Burnett in a little over 7 minutes. So now we have Alex Spelman, the American, taking on Graham Usher from Scarborough. Up on
First
the
leg,
northeast
Graham
coast.
to throw first. Game on.
The gambler has a chance to push Duff
40.
all the way today, but he has to follow Neil Duff here and pick up a couple of points to keep his challenge in place for top of Group A. We are on day 3, so the players now running out of
100.
Get matches to catch one another. But the gambler is up and running, as is the American Spelman. And can he go in with a match? Yes, he does. One goes in with a 160. So I'd say, Sam, this is game on.
78.
Very much so. Usher, once again, needing to match the efforts of Neil Duff, who hasn't dropped a leg yet today. Back-to-back
66.
whitewash wins for the Duff man over Messrs Thornton and Burnett. Usher did the same
58.
over Kevin Painter. It looks as though at this stage Neil Duff against Graham Usher in match number 9 of the day
44.
could well be the one to decipher who is going to win Group A and book their place into finals night on Saturday.
121.
You could be here for it, of course. Dartshop.tv for your tickets. Your last chance to be at the Live Lounge here in Portsmouth in 2025.
135.
For an absolutely
you require
stacked
104.
2026. Tops.
84. Alex, you
Chance
require
for Spelman.
96.
Trouble 19 then. 74.
64.
Does manage
Graham,
to
you
hit his
require
last
20.
destination, but it means that Usher will be coming
Game
back
shown
at
the
double
first
10.
leg. Graham Usher.
Being left-handed, double 10 is strategically the favourite
Second
double
leg,
for
Alex
most
to throw
left-handers.
first. Game on.
So with that in mind, that means that double 16 probably and double 8 should be the favourite for most right-handers, which
65.
probably isn't. So that's those statistics out the window.
No score.
Spelman's turn to have a bit of breathing space.
140.
Failing to fire with the first 3. He's away now.
60.
Spelman has a real healthy advantage.
$54.
Spelman beat Richie Burnett 3-1 in his last outing.
180.
Here's our first 180 of this particular match. Going the way of Graham Usher, which he needed to bring himself right back in line in the scoring department
66.
with Spelman. Spelman has picked up a treble there to turn the corner. So Usher can't go troubleless here. Needs that treble.
91.
Didn't matter which one it was, left the 170. So sharp shooting from Usher.
Very much so.
58. Graham, you
This is
require
also 1 all in
170.
the head-to-head. Once again, the big fish cannot be
65.
reeled in, and
Alex, you require 118.
Spelman gets the treble and the single,
98.
but not the double.
Graham, you require 105.
Usher looking for 2 tops.
65. Alex, you require 20.
One dart to level it up there for Spelman.
10.
It all goes high, wide and
Graham, you
handsome.
require 40.
Offering Usher a break chance.
No score.
And he hasn't taken it.
Alex, you
That
require
shows the
10.
situation. He knows that he's in Usher. He's chasing Neil Duff at the top of the group. And if he's going to stay in touch, he needs
Game
to take
shot on the
those
second leg. Alex Spelman.
chances and not offer them back up. Because Spelman
Third leg,
has
Graham to
taken the
throw
chance
first.
when offered
Game on.
back to him. He's disappointed that he didn't take it first time round. I do get that.
No score.
And now Usher's having all sorts of problems there on double top. Beautiful darts. They were thrown all over it, just not dropping in.
40.
And that was the sort of story of his day yesterday. He didn't do much wrong. They weren't badly thrown darts. They were just
40.
moments that seemed pretty minuscule at the time, but they stacked up and they were really damaging. And that leg could prove damaging.
140.
Those were normally the opportunities that Usher laps up.
40.
There's signs of frustration creeping into the gambler. You can't blame him. Spelman now looking to go from strength to strength himself.
62. $60.
Spelman's taking the lead here in this leg, and
$82.
Graham Usher looks a puzzled man here at the moment. Can't seem to buy a treble of any
100.
sort. Nonchalantly throws the last dart, drops straight in.
Was very nonchalant.
30.
Spelman has given Usher hope here.
140.
Power scoring
Alex, you require
returns.
147.
Well, is it too little, too late? Spelman can't take out 147. 121. Well, within the reach of Usher.
97. Graham, you require 121. $91.
That is an
Alex, you require
opportunity
50.
missed for Usher. That is a huge let-off for Spelman. It's tops for 2-1.
Game shot on the third
2-1
leg.
it is.
Alex Spelman.
Usher. Frustration compounded. Another
Fourth leg, Alex to throw first.
opportunity
Game on.
missed. Albeit it was a valiant effort to earn that opportunity. But again, when the margins are so slim,
97.
this will all be music to the ears of Neil Duff.
Yeah, Neil Duff will be an Alex Spelman fan right now. He will buy him some breathing space. He'll want to
No
do the
score.
job himself. Don't get me wrong. He's not asking anybody to do anything he doesn't look capable of doing himself, but it would make the job slightly easier for him should Spelman get this over the line.
40. $101.
With that treble, Usher is now back hot on the heels of Spelman. It is very much still advantage to the American.
135.
Strong visit. And Usher
41.
cannot find a sufficient reply.
No, finds himself 130 behind plus these.
43.
Still 170 behind. Usher needs something pretty special.
96.
One trouble's not enough. Unless Spelman goes troubleless here. And to all intents and purposes, it does look like he is going
44.
to, and does.
$100.
Oh dear.
Alex, you require 142.
He's left a bogey number. He even initially looked at the 19s. Look at this. From Spelman. It's in, Alex.
126.
That isn't. And this would have been where Usher could have had an outside opportunity. But
96.
uncharacteristic poor board management has
requires
cost
16.
the gambler. And it may well have cost him the match.
Game shot.
Cost him
and
it
the match,
has.
Alex Spelman.
Has defeated Graham Usher, which will be music to the ears of Neil Duff, who maintains a 4-point advantage at the top of Group A and is now a strong, heavy favourite to win Group A at the expense of Robert Thornton and Graham Usher. The Thorn is back up after the break. He faces Richie Burnett.
He will be disappointed with that. He wanted to have
Graham
one dart.
requires 20.
Graham Usher wins the first game of Champions Night, and it was an absolute ripper. He hit one of them on tops. He missed one on double 12. Which one is it? It's the hit.
Outside opportunity for Andy Hamilton. Van der Velde should be getting a match start again here. He's already had one. Mr. Dart at tops for the match to win 4-1. And he Dart at double 16 gets the job done there for Jurgen van der Velde. He gets over the line with a 4-2-6.
Did he go for tops, or did he just overshoot the single? Jimmy doesn't care. Jimmy just looks to eat this up to make the semi-finals for the second time. Adam Kaplas has been eliminated. Keep us guessing. This time he's trying to leave double 18. He knows best, and he takes the lead. He's 2 darts away
Jeff requires 86.
from a Super Series final. He's 1 dart away. He doesn't need any more darts. Jeff Smith makes the Series 11 final. Is Usher losing his cool a little bit here?
Oh, absolutely. Right now, I'd say the head's gone, and you don't have long to recover. It is very, very short format darts. Vansky's halfway to victory.
He only needs one more. Jimmy Vansky is yet again into a Modus Super Series final.
Flashback vibes. Can Jimmy Vansky do the same? Just needs the one treble here on the 19s. Finds it. For the ball.
101.
Oh, unlucky. A lot of pressure on it. He's going to split it. 2 darts for double 4 for the match.
Game. Shot. And the Modus Super Series champion, Jeff Smith.
Three more rounds of fixtures to bring you from Group A this week on the 4th edition of Double Trouble. And it's looking likely that Neil Duff will be the Group A winner. Yet to drop a leg today. The whitewash wins over the Robert Thornton and Richie Burnett. Graham Usher was leading the chasing pack, however, ran into an inspired Alex Spelman just before the break, and a damaging defeat for the gambler. see the group table. 4-point cushion for the Duff man over Graham Usher, and Alex Spelman's just going under the radar slightly, moving up into 3rd place now at the expense of Robert Thornton. Richie Burnett and Kevin Painter, it would seem, set for Group C alongside yourself, Scott Mitchell.
Yeah, very much so. It's looking that way, isn't it? Looks like a little battle between Spelman and Thornton for the last Group B spot. Thornton has a chance to lay his claim for it here against Burnett, who has been a little bit out of sorts today. Really hasn't managed to get up and running, but then he has had a couple of tough games. Spelman beat him 3-1 in Game 3 today, and then Neil Duff took him apart in Game 5. So
first leg, Robert to
he hasn't had a lot of opportunity. And Thornton goes in first start here
160
with the maximum in shot you can get with the 160.
For Burnett, he is,
no score.
Unfortunately for him, been the epitome of double trouble. He's been scoring A-OK. He's been hitting maximums.
60.
When he gets the chance, he's been hitting checkouts as well, but it's giving his opponents soft leads, head starts.
No score.
Has been the foil of Burnett so far, and here is prime example of that.
Yeah, well put, mate. That is soft leads. That is exactly what's happening. And you have to get in those first 3 darts. It is cutthroat, the format. Burnett is now in.
120.
It's a good off if he was going off for 3 darts alongside Robert Thornton, who himself went in with 160. The Thorn now
100.
Just taking chunks out of his score, leaving him sat on 96, and other than a couple of 180s here, Burnett looks resigned to have losing another leg.
Probably require 96.
Burnett just getting started. Thornton almost finished.
56.
Leaves his favourite to win the opening leg. Another.
140.
Which he is in business, should this not go. But it's Robert Thornton. And it's tops. So of course it's gone.
Robert Thornton. Second leg, Richie to throw first. Game on.
With it being best of 5, you've got to get off here. He's 1 down already. This is his advantage, and if you don't get off,
12.
You pass over the advantage. Now he's off, but is that going to be enough? Thornton gets away here, which he does.
60.
Kind of advantage been passed over anyway. Oh, I'm learning a bit here, Sam. I'm learning a bit here for tomorrow.
180.
Well, we know full well there is nothing wrong with Richie Burnett scoring today.
45.
That's his 3rd maximum of the session so far. And once he
60
does get underway, he is more than competitive, but double in, double out. You've got to get in.
100.
But one thing is for certain, it's always lively and entertaining when Richie Burnett's in the house.
100.
And I'd add the very bit on the front of that is very entertaining and very lively.
100. Richie require 149.
Richie's earned himself a bit of time now. He might not need the time.
117.
It was a gallant effort. Didn't need to go. He'll be back for more darts at double 16. It's Thornton's turn to do the chasing.
60. Richie require 32.
Can't really make an indent. Oh, wow.
$16.
Well,
Robbie, you
Burnett
require 136.
He's in real danger of making a mess. He gets a reprieve. Well, there's the 6 anyway.
26. Richie, you require 16.
This clapping and all that to your own darts is catching. Thornton's now up to it. Richie goes any further over, he's going to have to buy a ticket to get back in.
Robbie, you require 110.
Well, this would sting. And yet, Burnett gets
26.
another chance. This was happening on
Richie, you
Monday.
require 16.
And it was happening a lot. Burnett chasing doubles round the board.
12.
And the chase continues.
Robbie, you require 84.
How many more chances will he be given? Decent enough guide.
Game
It's
shot
gone.
on the second leg.
Richie Burnett, what have you done?
Third leg, Robert to throw first. Game on.
Actions speak louder than words. You don't need me to tell you just how Richie Burnett is feeling at the moment. You can see it for yourself.
40.
Absolutely. He looks to be joining the Hammer, the Golden Girl and the Dog in Group C for sure.
No score. $140.
Well, this is certainly not come before time for Thornton, who's just was in danger slightly of letting a spot
40.
in Group B slip, but this will go a long way to just keeping his head above water in that respect.
60.
I know it's Christmas time, but this has been an absolute gift for Thornton.
It has indeed.
85. $180.
Ruthless and relentless, compounding Richie Burnett to further
43.
malaise and disappointment
Robbie,
and
require
frustration and anger. Thornton can wrap it up.
41.
Instead elects to set it up. Burnett back on all the threes.
Yeah, not a lot you can do about this now.
Robbie,
Thornton incoming. Double top for a 3-0 win. First one is placed perfectly. Second one used as a perfect marker. It's a 3-0 win for Robert Thornton over Richie Burnett. Burnett once again struggles this morning, but Thornton keeps his Group B aspirations alive. We head into a short break, and on our return, it'll be Kevin Painter taking on Alex Spelman.
but he does. And that's monstrous.
What a way to finish it. Double top. 1-2-5 goes to Shane Turner.
Oh, what a dart that is. At the ball for the match. And he nails the ball right. Fantastic shot from Johnny Haynes.
Global champion. Oh my goodness.
He's still trying to search for a bit of wildlife.
Big hit. Big scream.
Tops for the match.
69.
And the moment owned Ham there, didn't it? He didn't own the moment. And that'll be all Gary Stone needs to hit double 10 now, surely. He's seen the nervousness of that, and that is what top players do.
You can't be serious. Oh my word, that's off the scale.
Double 16. Conor Hanahan. That is a special finish.
What a tournament it has been. The ADC Global Championship reaches its denouement on the 4th of January. We play until we have our champion. The quarter-final lineup is on your screen now. Johnny Haynes faces Niall Cullerton. Shane Turner faces Robbie Martin. Tom Sykes against Jack Tweddle. What a fantastic tie that is. That's a worthy final, let alone a quarter-final. That goes to show you the standard, and Gary Stone faces Johnny Barnes in the remaining quarter-final. It will be live for you here on Pluto TV. We've seen some fantastic action in the ADC Global Championship so far. You do not want to miss its conclusion on the 4th of January. Back to business then in double trouble. And Kevin Painter faces Alex Spelman, who has gone under the radar somewhat over the start of this session and sort of the end of yesterday as well. He is in the mix for a spot in Group B, which seemed unlikely.
Game on.
Painter set for Group C, but has shown masterful moments, not least 55. In his win over Robert Thornton, averaging almost 93, which in this format is impressive on any stage.
Yeah, definitely is.
115.
Yeah, definitely is.
$81.
It's there in flashes with Kevin Painter, isn't it? And the flashes are just so good.
180.
But so was that. And Spelman is just putting together a real impressive string of results here.
140.
Which could see him seal a spot in Group B, which of course is favourable if you're not familiar with the format, despite it not being a regulation
81.
week. With double trouble, it's still the same format. Group A winner goes straight through to finals night on Saturday. Second and third
95.
in the Group A table join Steve West and Peterson Ramgrava in Group B, where 3 out of the 5 will qualify. The remaining players going to Group C, where the top 2 from the 6 will complete the
70.
finals night field. Andy
Kevin, you
Hamilton,
require
Trina Gulliver,
130.
and Scott Mitchell alongside me today, but we'll be on the Oki tomorrow. Finish won't go for Painter. Spelman returns
44.
for 55.
Alex requires 55.
For an opening break of throw.
Yeah, Kevin had to try and force that past his first dart, and by trying to force it off the side of the dart, it sort of drifted into the 5. But Spelman's allowed him back here, and
Kevin, you require 86.
the Moody's in. Kev's up for taking these out. Oh,
61.
that's a touch unlucky, that is.
Alex, you require 20. Game show on the
Spelman,
first
though,
leg.
not giving
Alex
the artist another bite of the cherry. Takes his chance and moves 1-0 up.
Second leg, Alex to
Painter.
throw first. Game on.
A shake of the head. He had his chance there. Spelman now straight back into business.
65.
Painter now with work to do.
Because Spellman's throw is a little bit more deliberate, I don't know why, it just hurts that little bit more when that first dart goes in.
100.
Because it looks so accurate, but that's a good response from Painter.
$59. $100.
Yeah, Painter slightly disappointed with that visit. That opening dart was perfect. You'd have expected one or two to have followed.
60.
Yeah, and I understand that as well. I kind of get where he's coming from there. You do want to follow that when it's so good and such a nice dart in the treble, sat there waiting to go.
60.
Same story there as well.
Yeah, but that'd have been a different ton altogether. If he was able to hit it with the last dart, that's a sort of rallying ton. Whereas if
48.
you hit a treble with your first dart and only score a ton, it's kind of, you feel like it's a weak ton, so to speak, or a safe ton.
60.
Well, the frustration continues for Painter, but still ahead in this leg. Against the darts as well. But Spelman,
177.
absolutely majestic.
Absolutely. Kev once again ruined his luck because he knows that was a big visit from Spelman.
95.
But he does return it back
Alex
in favour.
92.
So he'll turn around and see that treble 20 in there and that double
Alex
16. And you can see why he's shaking his head and raising his eyebrows. Everybody's doing their good stuff against Kev.
Row first. Game on.
He's probably sat there thinking, what have I done to all you lot? What have I done to you to upset you and for you to keep doing this stuff to me?
40.
Well, that was 5 perfect darts from Spelman to round off that second leg. Painter is away with his final dart, the visit. Spelman stacking to get away on the second.
60.
Seen some good
55.
displays from various players today. Spelman putting in a performance himself here, nudging the 90s.
96. $60.
Once again, that was unlucky, but it wasn't more.
$92.
This has been a good display from Spelman. Maintaining his progress, halting the progress of Painter,
80.
who put in his best performance of the week in his previous match.
$43.
Board management from Spelman, just couldn't execute the final dart of the visit there. It was just a glimmer of hope for Painter.
Go back up, needs to stay straight.
96.
And he does. So leaves himself 70, sorry.
$37. Kevin, you require 170.
That glimmer of hope for Painter is increasing. Didn't need to go, but will be more than happy to just set this up a treat, which he has done expertly well. He'll be back for tops. Spelman was looking so strong, he was cruising.
101.
But in all fairness,
Kevin, you require 40.
Painter wasn't doing a great deal wrong. It was about Spelman doing an awful lot right, which we continually found ourselves
Game
saying
shot on the third leg.
about
Kevin
the Painter
Painter.
game over the last couple of days. It's just
Fourth
Kev
leg,
has to do
Alex
something
to
special to
throw
beat
first.
people because
Game
they're
on.
doing everything back to him. Spelman goes off again with his first dart.
46.
Hasn't hammered home that advantage, and if Painter can do the same, which he has,
80.
well, he's almost a dart ahead.
$60.
And could that advantage grow? Painter fancies it.
100.
Again, disappointed with just a level ton. Is that another sign, perhaps, Scott, that this resurgence of Kevin Painter is continuing? He's now disappointed with just a ton.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. I think that's spot on.
135.
He's coming back into this game now. His tail is definitely up. If there's one thing
59.
you've never had to doubt about Kevin Painter, that's his confidence. He's always confident. He always comes across as confident, gives you the persona that he's confident. Got to stay straight here.
80.
Straight and with a treble. You can see what it meant to him. Looking at the floor. Geeing himself up.
It's good to see. The swagger
90.
is coming back.
Kevin,
from
you require
Painter.
106.
This could be ominous signs. So, just checking his score. He's electing to go 17 for double 16.
90.
Why is it?
Alex, you require
Will Spelman
106.
go the same way? A different way. An eye roll from
Game shot.
Painter, and
the match,
Spelman
Alex Spelman.
nails the 106, which Painter couldn't find himself. How is your luck, Kevin Painter? But there are signs, and Alex Spelman is really going under the radar. But under the radar is no more. Everyone else is on notice. Spelman is on a mission for Group B.
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen!
Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Burnett. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor.
Time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McEwen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Luke Lidlow.
No finish. Yeah, no, wait. Yeah, you can. No, you can't. No, you can't.
I guess
you can't do
Graham
that.
is often in front in this type of match. Well, Owen Binks
This
just
is
told
new to me.
he just told Tom Sykes that he needed 1-2-1, which of course can't be taken out. No, let's not go there.
Bullseye!
Oh, a funny feeling. Carl's going to go 60-60-60.
I'd have gone limbs.
Cracking darts. He's making this game look ridiculous. Ooh.
59.
Oh, Butterfingers.
Don't miss the Yorkshire Board Challenge coming up after today's live action. Now the permutations are simple. If Neil Duff defeats Graham Usher here, he wins Group A. He would be 6 points clear with 2 rounds of fixtures remaining. If Graham Usher can get the win, the race for the Group A title continues. There's no doubt about it. Certainly over the past day and a half now that Neil Duff has just found that extra level. And
First leg,
Graham
Neil
Usher
to
was
Faroffa.
matching him
Game on.
early doors today, but ran into an inspired Alex Spelman, who has continued on a winning streak. It's Duff. I think it's fair to say, Scott, that has been a cut above this week.
Yeah, particularly in the last day and a half. You know, you spoke to him at the start of the day and he said